parents got me into karate when I was really young, probably about 4 years old, and I did that until probably midway through my teenage years. And they told me once I got my black belt, I could pick whatever sport I wanted to. So lacrosse it was, and I just put my heart and soul into it. I absolutely loved it. Worked hard and ended up being recruited to play at Tech. Beating UVA is by far, hands down, probably the greatest experience I ever had at Tech. I remember it was April, and there was the spring football game was going on. Softball had a doubleheader. They were playing Florida State on TV. Baseball, I think, had a doubleheader. There was, a scavenger hunt going on, and so I think there was more people on campus than I had probably ever seen, and that made for a good audience when we were playing Virginia. Came down to overtime, and I remember I had one big save in overtime, and it just solidified our win. And it was, I don't think I've ever been so happy in my whole life. Just the feeling of, that heart-dropping feeling that, you did it, and it was history made for, Virginia Tech Lacrosse. Every year around Halloween, we went to Harding Elementary School and kind of played around with the little kiddos. They'd come dressed up, and we'd have games set up for them, and they loved it. I mean, just to see their smiles, and hanging out with some of the athletes at Tech, that itself, just having that bond with the local community, outside of campus, it really just, brings that aspect of Uprosen. I had a lot of people that contributed to my success here. I mean, it started with my teammates. Like I said, with the hard times, if I didn't have them to fall back on, for me to be able to look back and have those memories, I want that for other people. I want to be able to continue to help others. Once I graduated from college, I went home for a little bit and kind of did some just self-seeking. I actually talked to an Army recruiter all summer, and once they told me that I had to wait a while to put in for the specialty that I wanted, I kind of put it on the back burner, and then it was almost ironic that I found out that Tech was offering an officer position around the same time, and I just thought, it was perfect, to come back to the place I love and to continue serving, not as an athlete, but, to protect the community. I get to continue to wear a uniform that says Virginia Tech on it. A lot of, my memories from lacrosse, getting through the toughest moments is what pushed me through to finish out, through the academy. I think one of the biggest, positive things about, me being so young still is I can still relate to the students here. Students can be a little hard-headed sometimes, they're still finding themselves. So, for me to be able to kind of, tell them that I was in your shoes, not long ago, maybe even, last year, helps them gain, the trust in me. I almost get to relive that rush from, when I was in goal, waiting on the shot to come, and then, getting a really nice, or really cool call here. You kind of have that same adrenaline rush, that heart-dropping moment where you're like, yes. Most calls I go to, it's something that, maybe that I've been through myself, and the first thing I could say is, I've been here, I know how you're feeling, and, you can overcome this because I did it one time. Yeah, being a female in sports, in athletics, it is tough because it almost feels like you're competing with the males as far as being recognized and gaining that respect, which does tie in here. You have to earn your respect, and I hope I have. I mean, I haven't been here too long, but I think in the time that I have spent here, I've made that impression that I can stick with the boys. And they don't look at me any different. They don't look at me as a female. They all know, I'm capable of the same things that they are. That means a lot to me because, it is difficult sometimes, knowing that some people, not as far as the police department, but, the community might see me as incapable. I hate saying that word because it really frustrates me, but don't listen to them, ignore it. You do you, and you get through it. You kind of work to prove those people wrong, And that's what I try to do. You know, for every person that told me I couldn't do it, just gave me that much more motivation to do it. And I think that's, you know, where most of my success came from, was, you know, having that motivation from the people that didn't think I could do it.